Mark Clyne, a brilliant DARPA researcher, is embarking on an intriguing journey to Moldova, the current deployment location of the U.S. military during the ongoing Moldovan War. Driven by curiosity and innovation, he is summoned to consult on his groundbreaking creation, which is an impressive line of hyperspectral imaging goggles. They have already been issued to the troops on the front lines. Upon landing at a U.S. military airbase on the outskirts of Chisinau, Dr. Clyne is greeted by two key individuals, the no-nonsense U.S. Army General Orland and the resourceful CIA officer Fran Madison. They waste no time and show him the remarkable footage captured by the troops' goggles, consequently revealing the presence of an enigmatic, translucent, humanoid apparition that possesses the ability to eliminate its targets in a blink of an eye. While General Orland seeks Dr. Clyne's expert opinion before escalating the findings and footage to his higher-ups, CIA officer Fran Madison holds a contrasting perspective. She believes that these sightings might be linked to the local insurgency and suspects the insurgents are employing an advanced form of active camouflage. Madison has been specifically tasked by her superiors to retrieve a sample of this technology for further investigation. In order to capture clearer images of the mysterious apparitions and determine their nature, Dr. Clyne and Agent Madison join forces with a team of highly skilled Delta Force operators, venturing into the field to locate the missing Utah team that vanished the previous day. Dr. Clyne mounts a larger and more potent version of the hyperspectral camera on an armored personnel carrier to improve their chances of obtaining better visual evidence. Upon reaching the designated area, a grim discovery awaits them. The members of the Utah team, except for one survivor named Comstock, are found dead alongside the insurgents they were battling. Suddenly, they find themselves ambushed by the lethal apparitions, who seem invulnerable to small arms fire and explosives, causing significant casualties among the soldiers. In the face of this relentless assault, the surviving team members are forced to retreat. Tragically, their dire situation worsens when their vehicles are rendered inoperable by landmines. This results in the death of Comstock. In order to seek refuge, the group rests within an abandoned factory, where they stumble upon two terrified children barricaded inside. Astonishingly, the apparitions are unable to breach the barrier of iron shavings that surrounds the building, protecting the survivors. The children explain that their father scattered the shavings to safeguard them before he himself was killed. Contacting the nearby airbase, the survivors establish a rendezvous point. Dr. Clyne ingeniously modifies the hyperspectral camera into a powerful searchlight, enabling the group to see the apparitions without relying on goggles. Inside the factory, numerous crates filled with iron shavings provide a valuable resource. The team converts their grenades into improvised explosive devices, IEDs, infused with iron shavings, bolstering their chances against their formidable adversaries. Empowered by these new weapons, the resilient group embarks on a dangerous journey toward the rendezvous point, located roughly half a mile away from the factory. With extraction time rapidly approaching, the apparitions manage to breach the barrier, forcing the survivors to abandon their sanctuary. Time becomes a crucial factor as they push onward, their minds filled with a mixture of determination and fear. The relentless pursuit continues as the group is chased by the apparitions, employing the iron explosives to impede their advance. In a critical turn of events, reinforcements and a helicopter evacuation team arrive at the rendezvous point, a mostly deserted plaza. However, their respite is short-lived as they fall into another well-planned ambush by the apparitions. In a desperate struggle for survival, they manage to narrowly escape, but not without losing one of the children and the soldiers sent to aid them. As the circumstances get more intense, the survivors receive urgent communication from General Orland. They are given the startling news that the apparitions have overrun the airbase, necessitating a change of plans. They are redirected to a civilian bunker under the control of the allied Moldovan military for their safety. Reflecting on the information provided by the young girl they rescued, Dr. Clyne's analytical mind begins to piece together a crucial theory. He deduces that the apparitions are likely human-made and constructed from Bose-Einstein condensate, a state of matter that explains their ability to pass through walls, induce freezing temperatures, and their vulnerability to iron shavings and ceramic materials. This insight sheds light on their previous encounters, such as the apparitions being unable to penetrate ceramic tank armor or discovering Comstock hiding beneath the bathtub. Working tirelessly through the night, Dr. Clyne collaborates with General Orland and the remaining military engineers to construct makeshift pulse weapons capable of disrupting the Bose-Einstein condensate. Their determination knows no bounds as they prepare for the impending confrontation. With the break of dawn, the surviving American soldiers, armed with the newly developed pulse weapons, board V-22 Ospreys and set out on a critical mission. Dr. Clyne's deduction leads them to the heart of the city, which is the Masarov power plant. Believing it to be the sole facility capable of generating the necessary power for creating the condensate, they set their sights on this pivotal location. As the soldiers execute an attack on the rooftop of the power plant in order to create a diversion, Dr. Clyne and Agent Madison venture into a recently overtaken laboratory deep within its confines. A startling revelation awaits them as they piece together the truth behind the apparitions. They uncover that the laboratory was once a clandestine facility where scientists, working under the previous regime's weapons research program, had developed a sinister method. These scientists were conducting molecular-level scans of human subjects and using advanced 3D printing technology to replicate them in the form of Bose-Einstein condensate. The process involved extracting the subject's brains and peripheral nervous systems, which were then linked to a central machine responsible for sustaining the condensate copies, the very apparitions they had been facing. With the ongoing battle above threatening to release the remaining condensate copies, Dr. Clyne races against time to activate the failsafe system he had been tirelessly working on. As the system activates, a wave of deactivation sweeps through the laboratory, rendering the condensate apparitions dormant. Yet Dr. Clyne realizes that even in their deactivated state, there may be residual consciousness lingering within the captured human remains. Filled with empathy and compassion, he makes a poignant decision. Unplugging the preserved brains and nervous systems from the machine, he grants the subjects the long-awaited release from their ethereal existence, offering them a final respite from their suffering. In this profound moment of humanity, the survivors bring closure not only to their own perilous ordeal, but also to the tormented souls trapped within the condensate copies. As peace settles over the power plant, they emerge from the depths, forever changed by their experiences. With the threat of the apparitions finally eliminated, the combined forces of the US and allied Moldovan military pressed forward in their mission to regain control of the city from the insurgent forces. A well-coordinated effort is underway to restore peace and stability to the region. Recognizing the significance of the recently conquered power plant, the Department of Defense prepares to dispatch an extraction team composed of skilled Delta Force operators. Their objective is to carefully dismantle the machinery responsible for creating the condensate apparitions, with the potential of repurposing it for their own strategic endeavors. As the time for departure draws near, Dr. Clyne bids farewell to Agent Madison and General Orland, expressing his gratitude for their unwavering support and camaraderie throughout their shared ordeal. Their paths diverge at this juncture, as Clyne prepares to embark on a V-22 Osprey that will transport him back home to Virginia. Filled with a mixture of relief and reflection, Dr. Clyne boards the aircraft, carrying with him the knowledge and experiences acquired during his time in Moldova. The journey back to Virginia symbolizes a return to a semblance of normalcy, where he can further analyze and understand the implications of the extraordinary events he witnessed. As the V-22 Osprey takes to the skies, Dr. Clyne contemplates the profound impact of his work and the newfound understanding he has gained. The memories of the apparitions and the harrowing journey he shared with Madison and the military forces will forever shape his perspective and drive future research endeavors. As we conclude this gripping tale, we are left with an intriguing question. What are the long-term consequences of the technology uncovered in the power plant? Will it be harnessed for good or fall into the wrong hands, potentially unleashing a new era of warfare? Let us know in the comments down below. Click on one of the two videos on screen right now.